would like to welcome you all. Yes, the reason why we are here is basically for an opportunity, for a launch, for an opportunity which you can take back to your clients, for an opportunity which everybody is waiting for. But before we jump on the proposition, before we jump on opportunity, before we jump on the launch, let's understand what happened in 2026 with respect to numbers. Let's understand where we are as a manufacturer, as a developer, as a company, as an organization, and what is the way forward. To put some light on the numbers, currently, the first quarter, what we did in 2026, we did close to around 24 billion, with a market share of almost 25%, which means 1 out of every 4 units which are sold in the market is of Emaar. Now, why this particular thing is happening? It is not happening because of any kind of sweeteners, any kind of discount, which most of the private developers are doing. It is happening because in the shifting market, most of the investors, most of the serious investors and heavy investors basically gets inclined towards a developer where they feel it's safe. They incline to the developer which has legacy. They get inclined to the developer which has a track record of last 30 years, and a developer which is cash rich. Just to talk about, if I'm saying cash rich, what does that mean? Currently, as we speak, we have approximately around 11.7 billion USD in an escrow account. If we talk about the receivables of whatever we have done in the last 4 years, in the bull run of last 4 years, we have a receivables, strong receivables of almost 38 billion in next 2.5 years. I don't know any other developer in this region, forget the region. I don't know any other developer in the world which is as strong as Emaar. And that's the reason why most of the investors are trusting us, why most of the investors want to invest within Emaar. Because the way we function is very different. Rather than taking a step back, we believe in capital expenditure, value add in the communities. That's the reason not only the primary market, but also the secondary market share is 27%, which is very rare. Because most of the private developers out in the market talk about the primary market share. Nobody talks about the secondary market. Secondary market share purely talks about desirability of a product, the products that we are making, the products that we are delivering, and at the same point in time, are our investors making money? Being an investor-friendly organization, we understood one thing, that it's very important to make sure that your investors should make money. To take it forward, when we talk about the Dubai real estate, in 2026, Dubai real estate outperformed. At the same point in time, there was basically a powerhouse, there was a power engine which got basically outshined. Now this powerhouse is a region which is called as Dubai South. Now why it got outshined is because of certain factors. Basis number of transactions, almost 6,000 transactions done in YTD, 8% gross rental yield. Guys, till now, when we speak to our investors, when we meet our international customers, somebody is from Germany, somebody is from Europe, somebody is from UK, they don't get anything more than 2 to 2.5% in their investments in real estate. We're talking about a gross rental yield of 8% for a dollar-pegged currency, 8% rental yield, with a median price of 1,620 dirham per square feet. It's an opportunity. It's an opportunity for most of the investors. It's a golden era. It's a golden opportunity for most of the people who are looking to invest in Dubai, who couldn't invest in Dubai. Not only this, to talk more about basically Dubai South as a region. This entire region is close to around 145 square kilometers. Just to put a perspective that how big 145 square kilometers is. It is almost two times the size of Maktoum. There are different enablers in this entire region. Being an export surplus economy, which most of the people don't know, people still feel that Dubai is dependent on only imports. No, we export more than we import. We are a 500 billion export surplus economy. In the next 10 years, we're expecting close to around 650 billion to come in form of an FDI. Now imagine the opportunity in this particular region with respect to residential, with respect to commercial, with respect to hospitality, with respect to warehousing. The enablers that you are seeing, these are just the enablers of the entire master plan. Whether it is basically your Maktoum airport, which is the biggest airport of the world. Just to give you a perspective how big this airport is, we're talking about something give or take 10% of Singapore, 10% of a developed country in Southeast Asia. That's how big the airport is. We're talking about a capacity of 12 million tons cargo every year. We're talking about 160 million passengers coming to us every year. I always say this thing, and to be very honest, I always get tempted during my presentation. presentations that in the boom run of Dubai economy, Emirates has been a great contributor because Emirates has connected Dubai to the rest of the world. Now imagine what's going to happen when we're talking about an airport, something which has 400 gates. We are talking about something which is a logistic hub. We're talking about a complete ecosystem. Dubai South is not a dream. Dubai South is not a dream anymore. It's a reality. It's a reality of an ecosystem of manufacturing hub. It's a reality of an ecosystem of logistics. It's a reality of an ecosystem of population. Our numbers have not changed. By the way, the D33 number of 7 million 2014 has not changed. There is not even a single penny reduction which has happened from government spending. 40% of last year allocated 300 million towards the infrastructure is still happening. The population number is still intact. Imagine the kind of housing requirement which we would need. Imagine the kind of hospitality requirements which we would need. For an investor, I think it's a golden era. For an investor, I think it's an opportunity to invest in this kind of a micro market and invest an investment which is an infra-led investment backed by the government. I really don't know in the last 18 years of my real estate professional career that how many investments we have with these kind of enablers, with these kind of flagship programs, with this kind of a government-led infrastructure available in the market with a dollar-pegged currency. To talk more about a jewel in this particular entire micro market, which is basically a master plan of Emaar South, which was one of the first master plan community in that particular region, a golf course community. I would like to invite my colleague Hilal on the stage. He will talk about more about the master plan. He will talk more about the features of the master plan. Thank you.
Thank you, Jesse. Good morning, everyone. So, my name is Hilal. I am one of the managers in downtown office. So, we're going to go in depth now about the project itself, the master plan, the selling points. We'll cover all the points all across. So, one of the main points that we always focus on when we talk to clients about the Emaar South as a master plan is we always say that Emaar South now is Dubai Hills Estate 8 or 10 years ago. And this is actually a fact. Now, I've been in Emaar myself for quite a while now. I remember back in the days, Dubai Hills was just a vision. We wanted to deliver a community with all the required elements that will attract end users and at the same time will be the best investment maybe ever done by any of the existing clients that we had in Emaar. This was the big plan of Dubai Hills Estate, and we knew and we confidently always said that Dubai Hills will become the center of town. This is what happened a few years ago. This is what we are planning for Emaar South, but the big difference in Emaar South is that we had more time to plan, we had more liquidity to do better infrastructure and better designs. So whatever you will see that lacked a bit in some of the older developments, this is what we did and what we corrected in Emaar South. So we'll just take now a quick glimpse on one of the videos showing us what recently happened in Emaar South, a quick recap on Emaar South as a master plan.
Welcome to Emaar South, where mornings start quietly and days move at a calm, steady rhythm. Here, everything you need for a fulfilling life is within reach. Scenic walkways invite you to slow down, peaceful spaces open to the sky, and every corner feels like a breath of fresh air. At Emaar South Park, weekends come alive. Wide green lawns, shaded picnic spots, play areas filled with laughter, and sports courts that keep energy flowing. Reputable schools such as GEM's Founders School, Dubai South and Greenfield International School are just 25 minutes away, offering quality education for growing families. Healthcare is within easy reach, with Saudi German clinic available in Dubai South Village, while NMC Royal Hospital in DIP is only 15 minutes away. For daily worship, multiple mosques are thoughtfully placed throughout the community. Life outside the home is just as vibrant. Cafes for slow mornings, grocery stores for daily ease, and Emaar South's retail and dining boulevard for evenings spent with family. Connected to Emirates Road and Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Road, Emaar South brings you close to everything. Dubai Expo City and Dubai Marina are within 20 to 25 minutes. And Al Maktoum International Airport just 15 minutes away. Here you can enjoy a lifestyle built around well-being, with shaded walking paths, an 18-hole golf course, and open spaces that bring the community together. Emaar South, where comfort, connection, and calm come together. Your new beginning starts here.
So we've seen in the video where the focus was to explain a bit the connectivity of Emaar South. Now we all know that in any sort of investment in any city, always the clients will ask about the connectivity. Where is it centered? Is it close to the hubs of the city? Now the benefit that we have in Emaar South is that we combine a lot of aspects. Now first of all, this will be the center of the town of the future, definitely. As we all know, the plans for the area of Dubai South is massive. Now what Emaar did smartly is that we were one of the first to go and exploit the area. We knew that the talk of the town for the next 20 years will be Al Maktoum Airport and the surrounding areas. Why is that? Because we know for the next 20, 30 years, the aviation hub of Dubai and of UAE, maybe the biggest also in the world, will be 5 minutes away from Al Maktoum Airport. Logistic hub also of the city will be around 10 to 15 minutes away from Emaar South. At the same time, I am still 15 minutes away from the beach, 30 minutes away from Dubai Marina, 35 minutes away from Burj Khalifa and the shopping district, which gives us a great blend between if I am someone seeking the business or the financial districts, I am close by. If I am someone who is looking for the touristic areas, I am also minutes away. Still at the same time, any entrepreneur, businessman, or someone who has a big position in any multinational company needs always to be around 10 to 15 minutes away from the biggest airport in the city. So imagine being 5 to 7 minutes away from the biggest city. These components, they give us a lot of selling points that many clients look at in certain developments. Imagine having all of these in one development like Emaar South. So we talked a lot about the business side of the development, how great it is, how beneficial for investors. Now let's talk a bit about the end users. At the end of the day, who will be my target audience as an investor? I need to rent out the unit. I need people to feel comfortable, to want to live in such a development like Emaar South. Now, as we said, what we did in Emaar South is that we did Emaar South as one of the greenest communities we've ever done. So based on the success that we've done in Emirates Living, Emirates Hills earlier, and Dubai Hills Estate, we wanted to do. The size of the master development is around 72 million square feet. It's a big chunk of land. Now, as we can see over here, we will have 23,000 residential units. Now, there is a fact that maybe few people know in Dubai real estate. As of now, as we talk, we have almost 12,000 plus residences in Emaar South. So the development is already established. So imagine now, and we're still years away from the completion of Al Maktoum Airport, and we have 12,000 residences in Emaar South. What will happen by then? That will be the first established community with major facilities in the overall area. So we will benefit a lot from Al Maktoum Airport and the surrounding business areas being or having already residential clusters ready. Now if you see over here also, we've got 36,000 square meters of retail mall. This is a big addition. We all need the shopping districts within the development. We have 3 hotels. Now the core of the development, as we all know, is an 18-hole golf course. We've got schools, nurseries, clinics, and a clubhouse. So clubhouse, a lot of greenery, a lot of facilities and amenities needed, and most importantly, 46 neighborhood parks. So this is the most green community maybe we've ever done. So imagine you have all of these benefits and all of these plus points in your developments, and you add on top of that 46 neighborhood parks. This is a great added value, especially for end users. This is what people are lacking in their communities, especially communities in prime locations. Normally, communities in prime locations, it's all about urban living. Here you got urban living / community and family-oriented living also in the same development. So let's watch a small video. This will showcase for us some of the developments that we recently delivered in Emaar South and the beautiful golf course. that we handed over and some of the projects currently under construction. Now, this is a great slide because this shows us what happened in terms of price per square foot or the market trends in the last few years in Emaar South. Now, I remember when we started in Emaar South, average price per square foot was almost 580 to 600 dirhams per square foot. It was at the lowest price point. Now, recently in the last 3-4 years, prices reached almost 950 dirhams per square foot. Now, we all remember the spike that happened after the official announcement of the expansion of Maktoum Airport. Suddenly, the South area in Emaar South became the hottest entity in the market. Everyone was queuing to get units. We reached, after 3 years, almost 1,700 dirhams per square foot. Now, why we are mentioning this? Because always when a client asks, what do you forecast for the future? Where do you think I can exit at which price per square foot, which price point? We need to check the market trends. This is what happened back in the days with Dubai Hills and older developments. Now, if we compare the prices that we're selling at now in Emaar South with other existing or established developments, which are very few, I can name 4 or 5 developments or master developments in the market similar to Emaar South, and these are a bit older, we will see the average prices ranging between 2,400 to the north of 3,000 dirhams per square foot. So as we can see, there is still a lot of potential. Now, we've seen lately the clients being very selective in choosing the project and choosing the unit. They want something which is way more solid, almost guaranteed in terms of capital appreciation, something at a young age of the development at the beginning. This is one of the great investment opportunities in the market. That's why we're expecting, as usual, great demand for such developments. Now, we've recently launched Unveiled, and we had a great success with the development of Unveiled. That's why we proudly present to you one of the latest edition, Goldfields at Emaar South, ladies and gentlemen.
Access an exclusive golfing lifestyle and curated homes, where windows unveil stunning vistas. Experience state-of-the-art amenities. For those who seek luxury, of privacy, time, and connectivity. Welcome to Goldfields at Emaar South.
Now that's the master plan that we all know about on Emaar South. So it's a big master development, as we can see. Now we can see from the master plan that it's dominated by the green color. We have greenery everywhere. So we have the core, which is the beautiful 18-hole golf course, and we've got the neighborhood parks, as we mentioned, 46 neighborhood parks in Emaar South, filled with a lot of amenities. Now the great thing that we're doing in Emaar South also in terms of the building developments. Now if you see the number of projects that we launched till date in Emaar South, it's almost 34. So we launched already a lot of projects. There is still a lot of developments to be upcoming in the next months and years. Now the great thing about Goldfield's location, as we can see on the master plan, is that it's located right in the heart of the golf course. We've got great views of the golf course. Now from the other side, or the back side of the building, we've got open views. So we have open views because we're overlooking basically the school and the retail. So there is no buildings obstructing the views. Now, we've done also great spacing between the buildings in Emaar South. So as you can see, between golf fields and the neighboring buildings, you have a lot of space so that none of the units are non-prime. Any unit in the development is sellable, and we priced the units based on definitely the positioning and the view. So we'll see some difference now as we continue in the slides in prices because of the positioning of the view. This is the external design and facade of the building. So it's a modern design. So the building is a low-rise, and we're focusing a lot on low-rise buildings in Emaar South. This is what end users they want. Like even us, when we want to move to a building, we don't want the building to be overcrowded. We want lower densities. We want limited number of units, and we want the exclusive feel that we get in such developments. That's why the building consists of a ground floor, 2 podiums, and 11 stories. So it's an 11-story low-rise building. Great facade, as we can see, it's fully glazed, which maximizes the views towards the golf course and towards the community from the other side. So, as we spoke earlier about Emaar South as a development, so it's a great mix. It's a great mix because it is the third major golf course development that we do. So this is the newest addition to our golf course developments. We always had great success in golf course developments when we're talking about Dubai Hills buildings, some buildings in Emirates Hills as well. Prices skyrocketed, everyone was happy in terms of investors. But the addition that we get here, as we spoke, is that this is the only development where you get the family-oriented feel, the greenery districts that you want in an end-user community, but at the same time you're 5 minutes away from the airport and the buzz of the city. So Emaar South will be literally the closest development or community to the upcoming business and conventions hub of the city, which will directly affect the capital appreciation and the rental yields here. People will need definitely houses, they need community with a residential feel, they need a lot of facilities and amenities, walking distance away from their houses. This is the best haven for them, which is definitely a great development that we've done, that we call Emaar South. So we added also on the building, since it's a low-rise building, we didn't want to neglect the amenities part. We added a lot of amenities to the building. We want to make sure that our residents, they get the best experience in terms of amenities and accessibility as well. So as we see over here, the podium is vast. We have a great podium that will have the kids pool, adults infinity pool. We have barbecue areas, open lawns. At the same time, we added the yoga decks. We've added over here also the paddle courts, the table tennis courts. So we have a lot of amenities. Given that it's a low-rise building, it is one of the best communities or best developments in terms of amenities and facilities. So this is a glimpse of the renders of some of the amenities. We've got the infinity pool over there, we've got the kids playing areas, the yoga decks, and we've got the barbecue areas and the lawns over here. Now we used for the building, we used also a light palette, so we used lighter schemes. So the moment you walk in, you see the reception, it's fully glazed, you have a lot of light flowing within the development and within your units. It gives you more spacing, it gives you more energy and more positive and warm feel to the development itself. So the layouts are great, we will just see it now. We chose the lighter schemes because we all know that it gives you more spacing and open spaces within the units and within the development. This is, again, another view of the positioning of the building. So as we mentioned, the building will be in between two other buildings. This is the primary view over here. So we've got an L-shaped building facing primarily the golf course. Now on the other side, we've got the community view, and on the left-hand side, we've got Golf Expo Villas, which is parkside townhouses that we launched back in the days. So we've got full views of the golf course. The second review will be overlooking the community. We'll also see some greenery, no obstructions whatsoever. The units will be priced also accordingly. Now on the right-hand side over here, we've got the amenities of the other building. So as we said, all the units will be sellable. Even the units which are on the side over here, you'll be able to see the amenities of the other building, and we have a lot of spacing. So we don't have any unit in golf fields that is not sellable at all. Let's talk a bit about the layouts. So the layout is not the typical smaller layouts. It is a great layout. So it is one of the most suitable layouts, especially for end users. And you will see now, even for investors, it will make a lot of sense at such pricing. So it's 800 square feet for a one bedroom. All the units, they are fitted. If you see the sizes over here, it's a square-shaped layout for the one bedrooms, which maximizes the views also for the one bedrooms, whether you're towards the amenities, towards the golf course, or the community. We've got a lot of spaces when you walk in the kitchen, dining, and living. Master bedroom size is 4.1 almost by 4. This is what a lot of people, they are missing in modern developments. You have a big walk-in wardrobe and an attached bathroom. So it's 800 square feet, one of the biggest one bedrooms in golf course communities, and this is what a lot of people, they're looking for, especially once it's fully developed. Now the average size of the two bedroom is 1,273 square feet. Also one of the biggest two bedrooms we have in the development. So the moment you walk in, you'll have even a bigger kitchen and dining, 4 by 3. You'll have great size living, L-shaped balcony, also to maximize the view. Now the 2 and the 3 bedrooms you will see now, it's rectangular shape in order for us to maximize the views. We want to make sure that wherever you are in the apartment, you'll have great views, whether to the community or to the golf course. That's the 3-bedroom. The 3 bedrooms will be limited in terms of numbers, definitely. So 1680 square feet for the 3 bedrooms. Also rectangular shaped layout. So you'll have views from all the rooms. Now, definitely the 3 bedrooms are the prime units. We'll see now in the project massing that the 3 bedrooms will be mainly the units which will be overlooking the golf course. So great layout, 1680 square feet. We have a utility room over here, / maids as well. So it is great, especially for end users. We have a limited number of units, but a lot of people will be interested in such layouts, especially when we add the utility and the main room. Now we have also even a limited number of units for the podium townhouses or the duplexes. So we have almost 7 units of these. It's 2,730 square feet. Now as you can see here, the benefit is that you get a way bigger kitchen that can be closed. You have big dining and big living area. You've got a nice terrace that you can utilize as well. Then you have the staircase and you've got the 3 bedrooms over here with 2 attached bathrooms, and you get an extra storage which is very useful for end users. A lot of people, they want to have townhouses or they want to be part of the developments, but they want bigger spaces. These will be very suitable layouts for them. Now, as we spoke earlier about Emaar South, why it's the right time also to invest in Emaar South, as I started the presentation, now is the time because this is still the starting phase and the starting entry point of Emaar South. I remember back in the days in 2019 when we launched Golf Suites in Dubai Hills Estate, the prices were similar and a bit higher than what we have in Emaar South. And if you see now, one of the most successful launches in the last few years was Golf Suites at Dubai Hills Estate, because people who invested at the right time. The same thing will happen over here. Now, strong PSF appreciation, as we saw, we reached almost now 1650, 1700 dirhams per square foot. Compared to other developments, we are still at a very, very early stage. Infrastructure-led demand. Now, as we know, there is a lot of infrastructure-led initiatives done by the government to the area overall, whether it's the aviation city, whether it's the logistics city, whether it's the industrial hub, whether it's the expo. So there is a lot of hype going around this area and a lot of investment going from the government, and the increasing buyer absorption. As we said, the benefit we have in Emaar South versus other developments is that we can also target easily end users. One of the most end-user friendly communities in the area of South would be definitely Emaar South. Now, let's talk about the number of units. So 93 one-bedrooms will be available in the development, 59 two-bedrooms. So the average size of the one-bedroom, is 800 to 961 square feet. So average 800 square feet, 93 units. Two bedrooms, we will have 59 units, between 1,178 to 1,400. So average 1,270 square feet. 3 bedrooms, limited units, 22 units, so 2 units per floor, since it's an 11-story development. So 1633 to 2,150. Average is 1680 square feet for a 3-bedroom. Now the townhouses collection or the duplexes, 3 bedrooms, 7 units, 2,680 average size. It's 7 units. So in total, we will have around 180 units in the whole development or the whole project. It's a very limited availability, definitely. This is what will make it even more interesting. So the average prices, the starting prices, 1.26 million starting price for the 1-bedroom. Average price is 1.4 million, and we have maximum price of 1.6. Now, this is definitely depending on what floor the unit is and the view. So 1.6 will be definitely the units facing the golf course. 1.4 and 1.2 million will be the ones either facing the amenities or facing the community. Same thing goes for the 2-bedroom, starting, let's say, 1.87. Average is 2.1 million. Maximum is 2.6 million. 2.6 million also will be the units which are fully facing the golf course. The units which are averaged at 2.1 will be either facing the amenities or the community. The 3 bedrooms will start from 2.7 million up to 3.3 million. Okay. Now here the difference also in price will range because of the height of the floor. Then we have the 3-bedroom townhouses which are only 7 units. This is at 5 million dirhams. So this is the average prices for the units. Now don't forget here that what we're selling is a way bigger layout compared to any other development in the area. So way bigger layout at these prices, it's a great, or it's a steal of a deal. So payment plan we have, yes, we have an 80-20 payment plan, but let's break down the payment plan a bit. So we have on booking 10% down payment. Then we have the second installment, which will kick in October 2026. So you'll have in June 10%, the other 10% will be in October. Normally, we have 30 or 60 days buffer between the first and the second. Now we're doing 4 months between the first and the second, which will help a lot of investors who will always say that I need more time. June 2027 is where the third installment is dated. So the third installment, instead of being in Jan normally we do it in Jan or Feb, now we have till June 2027. Then we have October 10%. So 20% we have it in 2026, 20% in 2027, 20% in 2028. Now starting from here, we will link the payments to construction. So on 20% construction, 10%, 40%, 10%. Then we have here the seventh installment on 60% is in Feb 2029, July 2029, 10%, and on handover, which is September 2030, we have 20%. So it's 20% yearly, as we saw. Now, the biggest benefit here is the initial payments. This is where clients now will be interested in, because everyone wants a bit of time for the initial payments. So we gave a buffer of almost 3 to 4 months compared to the other projects in the same development. So the EOI will open for Emaar South on the 12th of June. So we will change the process a bit this time for Emaar South. We will have EOIs. So paid EOIs of 100,000 dirhams for every unit is required. We will start the campaign on the 12th of June. So anyone who has a client, get in touch with the sales team. We will share soon the EOI process and the EOI forms. Just fill the forms, send the checks or send the payments, and we'll take it forward from there. Okay? So just scan the link for all the marketing materials, guys, to discover the great opportunity that we have with the new.